And I'm back. So before I begin, there's a giveaway in the link description. And also I'm making a Diary of a Wimpy Kid parody book. It's coming out very soon. Just wanted to let you know. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Cabin Fever. This is a sneak peek, by the way, so not the full book. November, Saturday. Most people look forward to the holidays, but the stretch between Thanksgiving and Christmas just makes me a nervous wreck. If you make a mistake in the first 11 months of the year, it's no big deal. But if you do something wrong during the holiday season, you're gonna pay for it. Maybe you would have gotten more presents if you hadn't pinched your brother last week. It's too much pressure to be on your best behavior for a whole month. The most I can really handle is 6 or 7 days in a row. So if they moved Thanksgiving to a week before Christmas, it would be fine by me. Kids whose family don't celebrate Christmas are lucky because they don't have to stress out whenever they do something wrong at this time of the year. In fact, I have a few friends in that category who I think act a little extra jerky around now just because they can. Oops, trip. The thing that really makes me nervous is the whole Santa issue. The fact that he can see you when you're sleeping and knows when you're awake really creeps me out. So I'm starting to wear sweatpants to bed because I don't really need Santa seeing me in my underwear. I'm not really convinced that Santa has the time to keep an eye on you 24 hours a day anyway. I figure he can check in on each kid once or twice a year for a few seconds, and with my luck, that happens at the most embarrassing moments. That's disgusting. If Santa does really see everything you do, then I could be in trouble. So when I write to him, I don't say what I want for Christmas and all that. I use my letters to paint myself in the best possible light. Dear Santa, I did not throw a crab apple at Mrs. Taylor's cat, even though it might have looked that way from a distance. Sincerely, Greg Heffley. Then there's this naughty or nice list they're always talking about. You hear about it, but you never actually get to see it, so it's up to the grown-ups to tell you where you stand at any given moment. And something about that just doesn't seem right. If you help me with these groceries, I'll bet it will be just enough to make Santa's nice list. I kind of wonder how accurate the list really is anyway. There's a kid named Jared Powell who lives up the street from me, and if there's anyone who deserves to be on the naughty list, it's him. But last year got a dirt bike for Christmas, so don't even ask me what Santa was thinking on that one. From Santa. It's not just Santa I've got to worry about either. Last year when Mom was going through some old boxes, she found a homemade doll from her childhood. Mom said the doll is called Santa Scout, and his job is to watch how kids behave and then report back to Santa at the North Pole. Well, I'm not that kind of a fan of that idea. First of all, I think you have a right to privacy in your own home. And second, Santa Scout gives me the willies. Shudder, shudder. I don't really buy the idea that this doll is feeding Santa information, but just in case, I try to be extra good whenever I'm in the same room as Santa Scout. May I clear everyone's plates? Why? How thoughtful of you. But it probably doesn't matter anyway, because my older brother, Roderick, is constantly feeding Santa Scout bad information about me. I, Greg Heffley, took a $20 bill out of my mother's purse. Every morning when I wake up, Santa Scout is in a new place, which I guess is supposed to prove that he traveled to the North Pole overnight. But I'm starting to wonder if it's really Roderick who moves him. Scream! Yank! Sunday. Today we took all our Christmas decorations out of the storage room in the basement. We have boxes full of ornaments, and some of them are pretty old. There's one with a picture of me and Roger taking a bath in the sink that's really embarrassing, but Mom won't let me throw it out. We put up the tree in the living room and started hanging ornaments on it. My little brother, Manny, was taking a nap upstairs. When he woke up and found that we were decorating the tree without him, he had a total meltdown. The reason Manny was so upset was because someone hung his favorite ornament. This candy cane he really likes. So Mom took it off the tree and handed it to Manny to hang it up himself. Sniff. But Manny wanted his ornament to be the first on the tree, so that meant we had to take all our decorations down, just so he could get his way. And that's just that kind of thing that happens in my house every single day. Mom hasn't started to use the threat of Santa as a way to get Manny to behave, but I'm sure she will soon. I don't think it's such a good strategy to keep us in line, though, because the second Christmas is over, Mom doesn't have any real leverage. Well, the Easter Bunny is going to be very disappointed in you, boys. Monday, right before Thanksgiving break, there was a contest at school to see who could come with the best anti-bullying slogan, and the grand prize was a pizza party for the winning team. Only you could stop bullying. Form a team up to 5 people and come up with the best anti-bullying slogan. The winning team will get a pizza party in the cafeteria. Let's make bullying a stink. Everyone wanted that pizza party. People didn't care what they had to do to win it. 2 groups of girls in my grade came up with slogans that were pretty similar, and each group accused the other one of stealing their idea. Bullies are mean. Bullies are meanies. The whole situation spun out of control, and eventually the vice principal had to step in to stop it from turning into a full-scale riot. I know our school only has one legitimate bully this year, anyway, and his name is Dennis Fruit. And with all the signs and posters everywhere, I'm pretty sure the message is getting through to him. Bulldoze bullying. No bullyism. Stop bullying now. The day before Thanksgiving, there was this big anti-bullying assembly, and everyone in the auditorium was looking at Dennis the whole time. I kind of felt sorry for him, so I tried to make him feel better. Pat, pat. Even though Dennis is the only real bully in our school this year, we had a bunch of them last year. People were constantly getting picked on at recess, so the teacher set up a station on the playground where kids could press a button if they needed to get a grown-up's attention. Tele-teacher station. Press button for help. Well, the tele-teacher station just ended up being a convenient place for bullies to hang out and find the next victims. Rah! Shriek! The teachers say that teasing counts as bullying too, but I don't think there's any way they're going to put a stop to that. Kids are always calling each other names and that kind of thing at my school. In fact, one of the reasons I try to stay under the radar is because I don't want to end up getting stuck with a nickname like Cody Johnson did. In kindergarten, Cody stepped in some dog poo at recess, and ever since then, people have called him Dookie. Whoop! Haha. And I'm not just talking about the kids either. I'm talking about the teachers and even the principal. Congratulations to Dookie Johnson for getting straight A's in the 3rd quarter. I'll tell you this, if I ever get a nickname like Dookie, I'll move to a different town. But what probably happened is that someone from my old school would move to my new town, and the whole thing would just start back up again. Hey, Dookie. The teachers always say that when you're getting picked on, you should tell an adult. I think that's a good idea, but it didn't work out so well when I was getting bullied. There was this kid who lived in our neighborhood next to mine, and for some reason, everyone called him Nasty Pants. Every time me and my friend Riley went through a Nasty Pants neighborhood, he chased us with a stick. Rah! The whole thing that really stuck was that me and Riley used to the woods in that neighborhood as a shortcut to get to school. So we started having to go out of our way to avoid getting harassed by Nasty Pants. We did exactly what the teachers are always telling us to do and complained to Vice Principal. But Vice Principal Roy said that since Nasty Pants didn't go to our school, there was nothing he could really do about it. After getting chased a few more times, I said I had enough, so I told Dad about the situation. I was afraid Dad was going to say I need to toughen up and deal with the problem myself, but he surprised me. Dad said that he had problems with a bully at my age, and he knew just what I was going through. Dad's bully was named Billy Staples, and Billy's favorite thing to do was to pin kid's arm behind his back and hold it there until he cried. Yar! Squeal! Twist. Dad said that the kids in the neighborhood told the parents about Billy, and they all went to Billy's house to confront his dad and mom. Mr. Staples made Billy promise to never pick on anyone ever again, and Dad said that Billy burst into tears and might have even wet his pants. Sniff. Well, after hearing that story, I don't think Billy Staples would have any match for Nasty Pants. But I told Dad I liked the idea of complaining to the bully's parents. I called Riley and told him to come over to bring his dad because we need as much backup as we could get. Dad knocked on Nasty Pants' door and waited for one of his parents to open it. Knock, knock, knock. But Nasty Pants himself came to the door and me and Riley took off. Rah! I guess I should have described Nasty Pants to Dad because it took him a while to understand that kid who came to the door was the one who was causing us all that trouble. Dad talked to Mrs. Pants, and she told Dad her son was only 5 and that he just gets a little wound up sometimes. You smell like a dirty diaper. P.U. On the way home, Dad was pretty mad at me for letting myself get bullied by a kid who was still in kindergarten. But let me just say in defense that when a kid is chasing you with a stick, you don't stop to ask how old he is. Tuesday. They took the last piece of playground equipment away at school today. We started off the year with all sorts of things, like monkey bars and swings and stuff. But now the playground is an empty sawdust pit. So recess is basically like a prison yard. I heard the teacher was having trouble paying the insurance for the playground, so every time there was some kind of accident or injury on a piece of equipment, the easiest thing to do was just to remove it. In October, Francis Knott went flying off the swing set and landed on a seesaw, so that took out 2 big items right there. Wag! We lost the monkey bars because a girl named Christine Higgins climbed to the top and then got too scared to come down. The teachers aren't allowed to touch the kids, so they had to call Christine's parents to come and get her. Eventually, the only piece of equipment left was the balance beam, and I figured Noah could get her on that thing. But believe it or not, some idiot wasn't looking where he was going the other day, so now that's gone too. Gah! Trip. Without any playground equipment, there's really nothing for us to do. But the teachers won't even let us sit down because they say we have to stay active. Hey! And it's not like you're allowed to bring in toys or video games to keep yourself occupied either. In fact, if you get caught with a toy on the playground, it'll get confiscated. Last week, somebody found a miniature car buried in the sawdust that looked like it had been there for years.